morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you on TikTok and YouTube, even Facebook, also Spotify, and those major podcast platforms. I'm TK34 on those platforms, or you can say Mr. Clay. It's under podcast. But anyway, we thank God for you, and we are saying welcome to Biblical Marriage Wednesdays. Yes, Biblical Marriage Wednesdays. Yes, this is where we talk about different things that would enhance marriage, and some that we might find in ourselves or find in others that we can either address or address with ourselves to correct ourselves to improve our relationship with our spouse. I'm talking about man and woman, woman and man. Okay? Now, let us pray. Oh, most holy, even the I am that I am, Tata and Zambi, the spirit that moved upon the water according to Genesis 1:1. We thank you for everything that you've done. We thank you for all our children. We thank you for our families. We thank you for our mothers and our fathers. We thank you for our fathers and mothers. We thank you for the grandparents. We give you the glory and the praise that the family is the first, even the beginning of a government. Yes, and then even the enemy knows these things, and choosing the right government is really of essence in the family. And that government of the family extends throughout our surroundings, even our world, even the whole globe. Yes, the family. The family can be friendly, the family can be wicked. Oh, most holy Sanini, we want our families to be moral, righteous. Yes, we want them to be educated. We want them to be that which follows you even to the death. Yes, and we want you to be our most holy, yes, thought in our minds, even your law. Yes. We thank God for you and you. We in Proverbs, we're going to come from Proverbs 31, the 31st chapter of Proverbs. Some of you are very familiar with this chapter, but let us get to this. Now, starting with verse 1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. Now, you got to realize, this king, his mother taught him this wisdom. Apparently, she might have been the same mother that his father took. Just like Abigail was with David. She was a very wise woman, took care of her, even her strange husband. She took care of his things. She caused him to be rich, and she made sure that his servants would serve him and all those things. Yes, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. Now see, this is why they say people say wisdom is a mother and all this, a woman and all. No, that ain't what he's saying. That's saying that, hey, wisdom, the mother or the woman is the first teacher of her child. The wisdom that she knows, she will teach her child. Yes, she will. She will teach her child that wisdom. Now, whether it be right or wrong, as the child grows, the child will find out. Okay, but that wisdom comes from the mother first. Now, verse 2. What, my son? What? The son of my womb. What? The son of my vows. Now you got the devil coming out here with some women who are, because of what they suffered of other men, they become cursing men. Some even talking about deleting their male childs and all these other things. This thing ought not to be. This is a devil that's doing this. Give not thy strength unto a woman. In other words, don't give everything you got. Don't give all your emotions and everything to a woman. Don't allow her ways to cause you to destroy others, is what he's saying. Don't allow her ways to cause you to delete other people. Don't allow her ways to delete yourself or cause you to go into great depression. Don't give your strength unto a woman. In other words, deal with it healthy. She's a human being. Just like you are, my man. She's a human being. And those human beings, we have ways. We have evil ways. We have good ways. We have good traits. He said, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth destroyer of kings. Kings have given their all to the beauty of a woman, and just to find out this woman was treacherous. Yes. And let us go down some. We want to go down to verse 10. He says, she says, who can find a virtuous woman? This is what his mother says to him. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Rubies are very beautiful. What does virtuous mean? That's the first thing. Virtuous means a trait that may be moral, social, or intellectual. In other words, this woman should have a sense of morality. She should be a social person who can interact with your family and friends and everything that. And then she should have a sense. She shouldn't be dumb. She should have some type of education or some type of, vocabulary or something that, would enhance her husband, make her husband look good. Yes, even herself. Now, the heart of her husband does safely trust in her. In other words, he saw this trait of moral, social, and intellectual, greatness of this woman. I can only use Abigail, the woman that David, after her husband was deleted, he took her as his wife. Now, the heart of her husband does trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. He don't have to go out for another woman. He don't have to go steal. He don't have to go do nothing. He has that woman. He knows that she's going to take care of him, and he's going to take care of her. He knows she's not going to be deviant and go this way or that way, because what? She's a virtuous woman. She's socially, she's morally and intellectually superior to those of her equals, or should I say those of her subordinates. Yes, this woman walks with grace. She walks with a heart, and she's tough, but yet gentle. Yes, even as the guy said that this woman is the one that, even when men see her, he's going to straighten up his ways and say, "Oh no, this is a good woman here. This is a powerful woman." And just the way he walks, just the way she walks. Even the same thing with you, old man, young man. Just by the way you keep your word, just by the way you are honest and you're morally and intellectually, you study improving yourself and how to provide for your family. You're improving yourself and how to provide for your people and your wherever you socialize. And this wife is the complement. Yes. All right, let's get it here. Now, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Yes, she's not going to go out and mess with the gardener. She's not going to mess with the man the plumber or the mailman. No. She's not going to do you evil all the days of her life, because she has made a commitment. She has got her mind set that she has a goal, and that goal is to die even with you, man. She's a ride or die chick. Yes. To ride or die with you until the end of your days, even hers. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. Yes. She's going to work if she has to. She's going to make sure her children and you are clothed. She's going to make sure you got the things you need. And she's going to go in that garden or whatever she has to do, go to the grocery store, to the garden. She's going to get her food. Whether she has to order it or bring it there, she's going to get that food and make sure her family is fed. This is her commitment. She's not studying anything else for her love for her family. This is the government that she's under, is that government of that man. That man and that woman is a government. Whether they be two and no children, or whether they be true and many children. Yes, that's a government. She rises also while it is yet night and giveth meat to her household and a poor. She's going to get up and cook. This woman going to get up and cook. She's going to get up and make sure everybody's fed, that the lunch is made for the children, that the dog's fed if there need be, or wake the boys up and say, get up and feed that dog. One of the two. She's going to get up before the day is started. Yes. Because one thing about getting up before the day is started, once you finish, it's all over. I mean, you can rest. That's a wise woman. Yes. Okay. She rises up while it's yet night. She gonna get everything done. She gonna pray. She gonna call on the Most High. She gonna anoint her husband. She gonna anoint her children. And she gonna say, God, make my boys men and my girls feminine women that will love their husbands. She's gonna set that example. Yes. And she said, and a portion to her maidens, for those who work for her. Now, one thing about a strong woman, you got these weak women. They're gonna come to her and they're gonna learn from her. She's going to have friends, or young women might come her way and say they want to learn. They're going to serve her just to learn and see how she do it. You know, this is where you see these things. That she could be a young woman that draw other women because of the way she carries herself. They just like it and they want to be around it. They want it to engulf them. So don't be afraid of that, but just don't dip into it either. Now, she considers a field and buyeth it with the fruit of her hands, and she planteth a vineyard. Just like it's not like Jezebel, who took and had Nabal killed because her husband wanted the field. No, she sees a field. She's gonna talk to her husband and say, "Hey, baby, or I seen a field. We can really make some money off that field." This woman is industrious. Yes, this is what you're looking for, brother. This is what you're looking for. This is what you're trying to be, sister. This is what you're trying to be. The fruit of that field. You might not have no money, but you'll work until you get that field, until you can cultivate that garden or buy a field just to plant on. They say we can farm this field, and I can tell you of people even on YouTube that these women are so virtuous and the man is just so happy. Yes, I can tell you things, and these are black folks. Now she girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. In other words, this woman is not weak. She's not weak mentally, physically, or spiritually. She's not weak. She knows what she wants and want what she knows. She's not the kind that just, would just get apart, set herself apart and go aside from her husband. She's that of a corporate woman that wants to sit up there and get this family acting all right. She wants to get it all started. Yes, get it all done. Yes, being that studious woman. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. In other words, she's going to be productive. That's what he's saying. She's going to be productive. She's going to do what it takes to do it. No, she don't like it all the time, but she knows this is what she needs to do. This is called being responsible. This is called being accountable. You have to be accountable to yourself first before you can be accountable to others. And that husband of hers, he's accountable to her and she's accountable to him. It's not no big I and little U's. It's just the fact we're accountable to each other and we know what we are set out to do. We know, and we're teaching our children the same thing. And you have to practice these things from day one of a marriage, even to death do you part, even after the children are grown, to the point where you have accomplished this, where it carries on even in the children that you produce, that comes from your loins and from your womb. Yes, that they might carry on this thing, and it's just a beautiful thing. Everybody knows who that family is. Oh, that's so and so daughter. Oh, you see the way she act. That's his daughter, or that's her daughter, or that's her son. Look at the boy just stands up there. He's just as strong as an ox, and he do business like he owned 5 corporations. Yes, strengthen. You got to teach them children from day one. Not to play video games, but to learn how to be studious and industrious. Yes, how to sit up there and be a leader. And she stretches forth her hand out to the poor. Yes, she stretches forth her hands to the needy. Yes, many of women that went out there and stretched their hands to the needy. And I mean, people, when she walks down the street, there's not a soul that would sit up there and harm her. Even for the homeless. He's going to watch and see that she makes it to the end out of his sight. And then there's another homeless person out of his sight. You ain't going to sit up there and mess with a virtuous woman. Now, his mother's teaching him right. Now, he has to really have discernment to find this type of woman. Now, she is not afraid of the snow. She's not afraid to go, oh, it's too cold. I'm not going out to that stove. I'm not going to get no cough syrup out from that stove. You go. What is this? This woman is a powerhouse. This woman is what you want. This is what the government been against the whole time. This is what the governments have been trying to dismantle, even in the communities of those that are separated. And he caused even the industries have caused these women to be harlots and 304s and everything else. And the young don't understand what is going on. They don't understand, but yet they want the children. They want the family. But yet in the youth they want all this luxury. They want all the excitement. They want all these things, but yet they see their mother and they're going to go back to their families, but yet they can't be a family to their own children, can they? No, 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 no. And she maketh her coverings of tapestry and her clothing of silk. You ought to learn how to sew. Another thing. Learn how to sew. You can learn how to sew as a man. You can learn how to sew as a woman. If you learn how to sew as a man, if that woman don't know how to sew, you teach her how to sew. Sewing machines, thread, needle, and everything else. No, it's not easy, but it's an act of love. Yes. And the husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders in the land. In other words, he's got a strong woman. They look at that strong woman, they know that's a strong man. Yes, and people can respect his visions and his comments and everything else. And she maketh fine linen and selleth it. In other words, she's gonna be a business person, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant, belts. She's gonna make stuff. She's gonna do things. Go sell stuff. She's going to be industrious, yes. Strength and honor with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. In other words, she ain't got to raise her voice. A woman never has to argue with a man if she's a virtuous woman. Never, never, never have you to argue with a man. Because a man is built for war. He's built to go out for the rugged things. Yes, but the fact is you can look at him with a smile. You can act just like his mama. Not treat him like his mama, but act just like his mama. He gonna purl down just like a little kitten. And those who look on gonna do the same. And when you see things are wrong and you purr up, and then next thing you know they straighten up because you're talking wisdom. This is the kind of woman you're looking for. And this is the kind of, you can train yourself, old woman, young woman, middle-aged woman. You can train yourself to change from the ways that you are. It might take a little hateful things. It might take some cringing because of your pride and because of your, should I say, what they would call it. They would call this thing vindictiveness. Vindictiveness. Yes, that's the good word. Vindictiveness. When you get that vindictive spirit out of you. Yes, and her children will rise up and call her blessed, and her husband also. And he pray. And anybody come against his wife, he got hell to play. Now many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excelleth them all. That's what the man will say to his wife. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the I am, she shall be praised. Yes, and with that I'm going to say peace.